Welcome back to this special edition of NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen as we discuss the National Beef Quality Audit and the findings of the most recent report. The chairman of the Beef Quality Assurance Advisory Board is not just a professor of animal sciences at Penn State, he's a cattle producer as well. Brian Baxter takes us to Pennsylvania for a closer look at Dan Niffen and his family operation.
Depending on the day, you might find Dan Niffen moving bulls on the Penn State University campus, working with students in a lab, or meeting with the head of the animal science department. Or you might find him checking on the purebred Hereford cows and calves on his home place.
Actually, Windy Butte is a family operation. My wife and I own this enterprise. The cattle side of it is something I've been extremely passionate about ever since I was extremely young. And boy, some of my fondest memories are working with my dad and working cattle and talking about cattle and learning about cattle.
In fact, Dan has devoted his career to cattle and the beef industry, both on Windy Butte Ranch and in the academic world. As the current chair of the Beef Quality Assurance Advisory Board, he helped oversee the latest update of the National Beef Quality Audit.
You know, there's a bunch of good news that's come out of this year's audit. When we compare back all the way to the 1991 audit and look at the advancements we've made, look at the improvements we've made, we've had continual improvements over the life of the audits, and we've had that data and information to establish that we are moving forward. But the other part that's good about it is it establishes those marks, those benchmarks that we need to look at to be able to make those improvements. You know, the interesting thing about the audit is it gives us the facts and figures when we're ready to start talking to the American consumer and now the global consumer. And it gives us that data and information that is a sound science base that then we can talk about the quality of the product that we've produced, the wholesomeness of the product we've produced. And BQA gives us that basis to be able to tell that story truthfully.
Dan says improving beef quality should be a priority for every producer and every sector of the beef production chain, and he says the investment in the audit by producers themselves is important for the future success of the U.S. beef industry.
As somebody who personally invests in the beef checkoff program, I think investment-wise for my dollars, that is a huge investment for us. And it's something that we as an industry need to continue to document as we move forward. If we don't keep setting those benchmarks so that we've got some targets, we've got some objectives as we move forward, then we are probably going to start moving in the wrong direction. And if we can meet consumer demand, then ultimately it will come back and reward the beef industry in continued consumption.
And continued beef consumption is the key to profitability for all beef producers, including Dan Niffen. In Pennsylvania, I'm Brian Baxter reporting for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.